Good morning. We are off to the start of a great week for living the Cincy Lifestyle. Thank you for joining us. Got a lot cooking on the program this morning. We're going to feature some things you might want to check out. Also, happy President's Day, especially the kids who are out of school.
I was saying everybody else who's not at work right now.
That's right.
Yep, that's exactly right.
We're here for you if you are home and just relaxing on this President's Day.
And we're all celebrating together. And we have a president who is from here.
Yes, we do.
Yes,
we have a couple of them.
I know.
Benjamin Harrison is one. You know, he was born in North Bend, Ohio, graduated from Miami University. I am proud to say we were not in the same class.
But not by much.
He was our 23rd president, and he was one of the signers of the Declaration of Independence.
Hey, what do you
Benjamin Harrison.
North Bend, Ohio, yeah.
Indeed.
And William Howard Taft, the 27th president. He's also from Cincinnati.
Yep.
And if you did not already know, the home off of Woodburn is an historic site that he was born in, which is very cool. He was born on September 15, 1857. And listen to this. So when they originally purchased the house in 1851, they purchased it for $10,000.
Oh, wow.
This home in Auburn.
And that was, I bet, expensive back then.
Back then, yes. And 13 rooms, more than 6,000 square feet. And if you go and visit, you could take tours. And there's a lot of the original family portraits. You get the cast iron fireplace that was originally there.
Looking at a little video of it now.
Yes. Okay, so right here, this is interesting. So this is not, that's a home that when he graduated from Yale and came back, him and his wife Helen moved into that. A lot of people might not know it's off of East McMillan in East Walnut.
Yes.
So he was raised in the house in Auburn, and then he also purchased the house off of East McMillan. And unfortunately, that house right now is kind of in shambles. Oh. It's not in really good condition. So got to do a little bit more digging.
And let's not forget U.S. Grant, born just a little southeast of here down near Portsmouth. So
yes.
We've got quite a heritage here.
We do in Ohio.
Yes,
we do. And another honorable and active site worth mentioning in the tri-state is Grailville in Loveland, Ohio. Yes, established in 1944, the Grail movement has been paving a path for women leaders internationally, and its headquarters is right here in the tri-state. So we took a trip to learn about the Grail, who participates, and how you can get involved.
Welcome to the Grail. We are standing in the oratory at Grailville in Loveland, Ohio. We are about a community of women who have a shared value system, and we believe that we truly can make a difference in this world along these issues of peace and justice and renewal of the earth, so that there is a future, not just for us, but for all. And a large part of that is the idea that you cannot do this alone, that you have to do this in community. These days, we see most of our new members are coming because they've gone through a fundamental shift in their lives. They've gotten divorced, or they've gotten remarried and suddenly they're part of a blended family. Their children have gone off to school. They have either left the workplace or they're going into the workplace. These big shifts where they start to question, who am I? And so they find us because ultimately this community of women is intergenerational, and it is about those conversations, it's about that community, it's about finding self and becoming empowered into your own self to go out and then become in your next iteration. So while we are open to women of all ages, the past few decades, it has been mostly those women who are in that age group of change. However, we think that we have a lot to offer younger women. We're different. You're not going to come here to Loveland, to this space, to hand out meals. You would go to a food pantry to do that. You would go to working with one of the homeless shelters to do that direct action. That's not what we do here. Here is about learning how to become those leaders that, once again, know how to go out, try, challenge, and strive for, and accept that failure is a part of it, and have the confidence to do it. I think it's important that we remember that with the Grail, we don't just do one thing. Every 3 years, we meet and come together to ask of the world one question, and that question is, what ails thee? And then we'll reflect on what we're doing and how we're expressing our mission to say, are we answering that question? Are we providing a solution? Most of the time when we come together, the answer is yes, but about every generation, we realize what we're doing does not answer or provide a solution for the problem that is facing the world at that moment. And so we change and we adapt. We're actually on our 4th adaptation in 80 years. And that, I think, sets us aside, that our willingness to not keep doing the same thing over and over again, but to change to meet the needs of the world.
And if you'd like to learn more about the Grail and Grailville, visit their website at grail-us.org or check them out on Facebook at the Grail in the United States. Mona?
Well, this winter weather can play havoc on our skin, and the wind and the cold make it dry and cracking, and oh my, it's a real problem. But how do you end the dry skin syndrome and get younger looking skin? All right, we're all the ladies and men out there. We're looking for answers, and joining us now is Uli Haschlacher, the founder of Pour Moi Skincare. It's French, and it's a French anti-aging premium brand that actually has a patent.
Yes.
Thank you, Uli, for being here, because that's rare to get a patent on skincare and beauty products.
In the United States, it's extremely difficult. I only think 3% from all patent application will be a patent. And our concept is climate smart, and that is completely unique. What we found is that if you formulate and customize skincare for the climate you actually live in and the climates you are visiting, you get extraordinary results. And I kind of tried it on my own.
Let's show our viewers exactly. She's got her hands up right now. Let's see if we can get a little closer to that, and you can see the difference of the hand that was treated and the hand that was not.
Climate smart, and this is a regular moisturizer. And dermatologists always tell me it's a generation, about 30 years difference, because here the skin has completely repaired and renewed itself. And the clinical studies now, but I'm talking about evidence-based medical research, unbiased research, has found in the last 10 years that biochemically skin is changing accordingly to temperature, humidity, and air pressure. So where you are determines what biochemistry your skin has. So right now, where we go to this polar coaster weather, where it's a roller coaster in temperatures and humidity, you have really cold and dry weather, and then you have milder, like spring-like temperature with some humidity. And I brought everything you need in this zip code, because it's, think of it like skincare for your zip code. That will give you your most useful, beautiful skin.
And it's important that you don't use the same skincare product every day, because the weather changes.
Exactly. So in this case, this is the Polar Coaster Rescue Kit. So it has the star of this 3-step system, 1, 2, 3, is really the 2 moisturizers. This is the one for polar, and this is the one for the temperate, for the milder days. So until the end of April, I looked up the Farmer's Almanac, I looked up the Metro, the real weather channels, the science, and until the end of April, you will have very cold temperature, about 70% of the time, and 30% you will have really warm temperature. And that's when you change over to the temperate day cream. But it starts out with Quench and Trench, we call them in the office. It's the hydrating balancer, and it's like your first glass of vitamin water you drink in the morning. And it gives you the anti-aging ingredients already that are specific for Cincinnati. And then you follow it with the Black Serum. It makes your smart skin even smarter for this weather, and it really jumpstarts repair and renewal in the skin that you have not seen before. And then the star of the dream team is the Polar Day Cream, when you are in the 30s and 40s in the temperatures. And then when it's in the 50s and 60s, you switch over to the temperate day cream. Think about dressing your skin. And it's just the moisturizer that switches around, because you wear a much thicker coat when it's cold outside as you do when it gets warmer. And so your skin is the same. And then here we have the night cream, and at night it aligns with your repair process at night.
We're looking at the picture. We showed the hands just a couple seconds ago again, but we're looking at the difference that this product makes, Pour Moi makes in your skin. Oh my goodness, it is huge. It is a huge, so just give me a little bit of background on why you decided to do this.
Well, I found that my skin, when I was an executive in the skincare industry, that with traveling, it always changed. Initially, I thought, oh, my good skin turned to bad skin because of hormones, bad products. I blamed everything. But when I've started to do a journal, I found out that it had to do with the places I was in and actually the climate above. My dad in the 60s used to be in a technology called powder coating. It's a paint for outdoors, and it was depending on the climate. So we lived in South Africa, in Israel, in Florida, in Denmark, all different climates, and it stuck with me. So surfaces are very influenced by the climate, and then I realized skin is not different. The outer layers.
All right, so tell us, you have a Cincy Lifestyle special. Tell us about that quickly. We just have a couple seconds left, and where people can get more information and get this wonderful product.
This is today 50% off. It's normally $176, but now it's $88. It's all made in France, all clean ingredients. It comes in this beautiful vegan bag, so we are also vegan and cruelty-free. If you don't love it right away, return it for a full refund, but we really don't have any returns because everybody gets this extraordinary results over time.
All right. Uli, thank you so much for coming, bringing your products. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Information is right there on your screen, so take a look, and I hope people will come out and try it. It's amazing, the results. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Clyde?
All right, Mona, thanks a lot. Coming up here on Cincy Lifestyle, handmade acrylic and wood gifts. Now, we're going to talk with an artist who's creating custom items that are sure to be a gift hit. Find out what it takes to make these beautiful wood and acrylic items. Then, baby, it's cold outside. So guess what? We've got some great comfort food recipes that are not only easy to make, but can be served in just minutes. We'll take a look at some Instant Pot meals that are delicious and will warm the soul. So stick around. We'll be right back.
Well, if you were at City Flea in December, you might have seen our next guest. Wilkerson Handmade turns out beautiful wood crafts items such as cutting boards and acrylics, dice towers, and the company's unique and creative work is starting to really get noticed. Well, this morning we're bringing you the unique story of Wilkerson Handmade. And I want to welcome our guest, Christy Wilkerson, the owner and head craftsman at Wilkerson Handmade. Thank you, Christy, for being here.
Thank you so much for having me today.
Okay, so tell me, how did you get started in woodworking?
Well, my dad is actually a hobbyist woodworker, and a few years ago, I kind of tagged along with him to a local makerspace open house here in Cincinnati, and I fell in love with the laser engraving machine, and I just wanted to see how much stuff I could make with it.
Well, you've made a lot of stuff, and you brought a lot of stuff into the studio. So tell us about some of the things that you brought here today.
Yeah, so I brought a good collection of my laser engraved cutting boards. So my Cincinnati Skylines are one of my most popular boards, and I've now expanded it to doing lots of different city skylines.
Oh, great.
And then behind us, I have just a nice collection of some punny cutting boards, because you know you can never have enough humor in your life.
Right.
And some of my in-grain cutting boards as well that don't have the laser engraving but are a great addition to your kitchen.
Now, do you find that people will buy some of these products because they are so great and maybe hang them on their wall and not really use them for cutting boards?
A lot of people do buy the smaller ones and then the wedding cutting boards just as display pieces. They're too afraid to cut on them. But I tell them they're laser engraved, they're, you know, knife safe, food safe. Use them just like a regular chopping board, won't ruin the design at all. And if you're worried about it, I just tell people flip it over and use the other side to cut.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so you talked about these acrylic and wood turn?
Yeah, so.
All right, talk about what that is.
Yeah,
okay.
So I do a lot of wood turning as well, which is done on a lathe machine, which spins the wood for you at very high RPMs.
Okay.
And then you use hand tools to then cut it down to shape. And what I love about this, so I have some bottle openers here along with some keychains and some bottle stoppers and handmade pens. No two come out the same. So even if you use the same material, same kit, everything, wood turns differently from time to time, and the acrylic pours may have different colors in each one. And this year I'm actually really excited to start having hand-turned balls at my shows as well.
This is beautiful.
Thank you very much.
Yes, and you've got coasters,
Well, actually, these are baby milestone markers. So 2 of them are right here, but they are really great photo props for those parents with newborns that they want to do the weekly or monthly progress photos.
Yeah, I see those.
See how tall their baby gets, and then you have something that's the same size each month to take a photo next to. These happen to be my niece's set right here.
Okay.
But I'm going to have those on the website starting next week as well.
Oh, wonderful.
Thank you.
All right, tell us a little bit about why you decided to start this business.
I decided to start this business because I've always been a very creative person, and I wanted to be my own boss, but also be able to make things and make custom pieces for people that they would enjoy.
Okay, well, this is beautiful. So I want to ask you, how can people get in touch with you?
Yeah.
How can they order some of these wonderful things?
Yeah,
Tell us all about that.
You can find me at my website, wilkersonhandmade.com, but I'm also on Facebook and Instagram, and I will be at Art on Vine at Rheingeist next month, March 15th. And I have a calendar on my website as well with all of the local shows coming up.
And you can get it personalized as well.
Yes, I do lots of custom pieces, so just send me an email on my website contact form, and I can pretty much create whatever you have in mind.
Very talented,
Thank
Christy.
you.
Thank you for sharing your talent with us today. We appreciate it. Clyde.
Christy, sign me up. Hey, you know, winter weather makes us hungry for warm comfort food, but who wants to wait around to get that cooked for hours taste when you can get it in just minutes with the Instant Pot? Well, today we want to share a few of our favorite recipes for you to try out.
Well, we'll be back with more Cincy Lifestyle on the other side of the break. Plus, be sure to check us out on Facebook. We post all our guest segments and community stories right there for you to watch and share with your friends. So like and follow us right now at facebook.com/Cincy Lifestyle. We'll be right back. Come and join us.
All right, taking a look outside now. Not a bad day out there. It might be a little warmer, and it's not raining, which, as PK, the director, reminds us, means that behind every raindrop there's a rainbow.
Yeah, I was questioning
He's not
the
busy
validity
enough.
of that.
He's not busy enough back there. That's part of the problem. Hey, coming up tomorrow here on Cincy Lifestyle, keeping your fitness resolution. Forte Fitness will be here tomorrow to help us stay on track and not lose sight of staying healthy in 2020. We get all the tips and the tricks you need to meet your goals in this new year.
Definitely need those tricks. Then we're celebrating artists. The Cincinnati Art Museum celebrates African-American artist Romar Bearden. His vibrant collages explore the lyrical and layered nature of memory. The museum will be here to tell us all about this remarkable exhibit. Got to join us tomorrow and see all that.
Absolutely. So it's President's Day one more time. Kids are out of school. Hope you're out enjoying it, but also remembering the many men to this point who have served in that office.
That's right. That's right. It's a good day to do that. And I also want you to remember that if you have suggestions for the show, if you know a person, a business, a product, something that we should feature here,
an airline maybe, you know, a cruise ship.
Yes, that is interested in taking us on a free cruise, we would love to hear from you. And in the meantime, just make it a great day. Thanks for watching our video, and if you liked what you saw, hit the subscribe button. You can also check out full episodes of the show you've never seen before, or watch your favorites again and again. And as always, we love to say it, make it a great day.